friends, welcome. I'm Charissa. I am a flight attendant and I vlog about travel and the flight attendant life. One of the questions I get asked over and over in my DMs is asking for tips for passing the flight attendant interview. While I have made one in the past, I have linked it down below. You keep asking for more. So today this video is for those who are looking to become flight attendants, or honestly anyone who is just wanting some hot interview tips. So if that's you, welcome. There has never been a better time to be a flight attendant. Airlines are hiring like nuts right now. While in the past, becoming a flight attendant was a very, very competitive thing. I mean, like a few dozen people were selected out of thousands of applicants. It was such tough competition. Now, because of the boom of travel post all that 2020 stuff, the industry needs so many flight attendants. So this is the perfect time to get in the industry. Before I jump in, please press that like button. It helps you do a good deed for the day and it helps me. So win-win. So let's get to it. I am going to share a few things that will give you that little edge for interview day. Number one, research the airline. And I don't mean just reading the career page and fantasizing about what destinations they fly to. Truly research it. Find out their mission statement, read their about page, their core values, how the company started, the history, their target customers, what words do they use to describe the airline, what is the main message on their about page, what's their commitment or promises to their customer. Are there any messages in the media that they keep repeating? Because these are their company values. These are the things that you need to communicate back to them in the interview. I need some tea. I'm a little bit sick right now. Side note, while you're busy researching the airline, look at all the variations of the uniforms that everyone is wearing and try to wear something that looks very similar for the interview, because subconsciously it makes the recruiters think that you already belong in the company. All right, so now that you have a good idea of what the company thinks is important, you need to practice interview questions. And that's number two. You will want to find ways to sneak the company's values into your answers. So when I received notice for my first interview, I scoured the internet for weeks. I went into a rabbit hole of forums, blogs, Reddit, watched videos and read comment sections trying to find out how interviews were conducted and what questions I could expect to be asked. I copied and I pasted every question that I could find into a Word document. Then I printed it out and practiced answering about 50 different questions that seemed to be the most common. I don't have that sheet of questions anymore because this was years ago, but I actually recreated it. And this is all just common information that you can find on the internet, on 100 different websites and forums. But because of all this prep that I did, I thought I felt very prepared because I had researched what to expect and had answers for so many questions. I was confident, I felt good, and what happened? I did not pass the interview that I was so prepared for. So why I am sharing this cautionary tale is that I did not pass that particular interview because I wasn't thinking like an interviewer. I wanted the job so bad. I'm sure I had some desperate energy, which is never ideal, but I was thinking like someone who just really, 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 really wanted to be a flight attendant. Thinking I knew what questions might be asked, this prep, it doesn't help unless you're thinking from a different perspective. Okay. Let me give you an example of a real question I have been asked in an interview. Who is my hero and why? This might seem like a simple icebreaker question that doesn't have anything to do with the job, but it actually reveals to them a value that is important to you. You could say you admire Audrey Hepburn because she's elegant and has a great sense of fashion. But that's such a waste of a question because it doesn't really say much about you, just that you value style. This is not a friend interview. Nobody cares. Instead, you reply to who is my hero and why with something like, I really appreciate my Uncle Bob. He's been running this restaurant for 20 years and I admire the way he works with his team, the passion that he carries into everything, and he just has this really incredible work ethic, and I really look up to him. You can make that sound infinitely better than I just did, but do you see the difference? I have just told the interviewer that my core values are long-term commitment to a career, teamwork, passion, and working hard. All of that in one icebreaker question. So in every question, you have an opportunity to tell the recruiters why they need you. And that will change the whole energy of the interview. Don't just answer the questions at face value. Take a beat, think about it, and answer in a way that they know that you are the perfect candidate. So that's why this list of questions to practice on can be extremely helpful as an exercise. Obviously, you don't know what exactly they're gonna ask you, but if you analyze some of the most common questions, you can tailor better answers. Why are they asking this question? Are they trying to figure out how safety conscious you are? How good at prioritizing you are? Are you calm in emergency situations? Are you patient when dealing with angry customers? Can you work well on a team? Yada, yada, yada. Just remember, the main things that an airline cares about is safety, great customer service, and being on time. And knowing what is important to them, the airline, needs to be what is important to you. I made this into a PDF, so if you want it, the link's in the description box. You could spend thousands of dollars going to tourism college to increase your chances of getting hired, or you could just download this and practice, practice, practice. There is no inside information, it's just questions for thinking through things yourself. I also talk about this concept of answering questions well in a lot more detail in my first interview video, so after this one, you may want to go watch that. But I just made it. It's nothing special, but it's in the description box. Hold on. My cat just ran off with my headphones. The lighting for this video is not as good as normal because he already chewed through the cord for my lighting machine. So, okay, go, but don't chew anything else now. Number 3. Role play the interview. If you have a family member or friend that can act the role of the interviewer, this can make you more comfortable with thinking on the spot. If you don't have any volunteers, use a mirror. There's just something about looking at a human, even if it's your own face, that is really helpful. Number 4, check your social media. If you have a lot of party pictures or your account is primarily thirst traps, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but maybe consider going private or archiving some content, or just move your account over to a fake name. I don't know. It's just very common for hiring companies to check. Recently, I was asked to participate in a speaking event, and I was told that the final decision to hire me was because my Instagram was professional. Social media is really often the deciding factor for a lot of jobs. So check your socials. Number 5, dress for the job you want to have. On interview day, you want to suggest the look flight attendant as much as you can without looking crazy. We don't need to be as fantastic as Britney Spears in her music video, but you know, wear a dress shirt, pencil skirt, dress pants, maybe a blazer, maybe not. Put your hair up or in a sleek ponytail. The messy, artsy vibe that I love is not welcome in this space. You want to look very professional. Make sure your nails are groomed. Don't forget to make sure your shoes are shiny and fabulous. No wrinkles in the clothes. Show up like you're going to the most generic professional library convention. Yeah. Number 6, show up early. One of the most important things to an airline is being on time. If you cannot show up on time for the interview or you arrive rushed and frazzled, I hate to say it, but that's probably it. So show up early. It's better to sit in your car and wait than be late. That rhymed. Well, friends, that's all I have for you today. These are just my own opinions and experiences, but I hope it was helpful. And remember, just be you. Be confident in how amazing you are. And I'm wishing you all the luck in the world What's meant for you will always come for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a magical day, and I will see you next time. Bye.